Good morning, everyone. It's Leslie Flowers, and this is Mind Over Matter Monday for Monday, November 24th, 2025. And I'm so excited to have you here. Good morning, Wendy. Everybody come on in to the room. I'm so excited to have Susan Walsh back. And remember that in the comments, if you have any trouble getting into LinkedIn, you can always grab the YouTube link. And so let me sing you in this gorgeous Monday, almost to the last month of the year. Where has the year gone, right? There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. We made it. We're on the last Monday of the month. Welcome, everybody. I am so glad you're here. I'm reading the comments. They're so cute. I'm so excited to be here. Gosh, it's the last week of November. And wow, what a year. What an amazingly wonderful year we've had. When we look back, we can find so many fabulous high points. And there's always a high point when there's a low point. So I'm always looking for the high points if I'm in the low. This is Mind Over Matter Mondays, and our special guest today, without further ado, this is her second visit, is my very good friend, certified avatar instructor, Susan Walsh. Come on up, Susan. So glad that you are.
Hi, everybody.
Here.
Hi,
So,
Leslie.
hey. So glad
Good
that you're. Good morning. Good morning. We had a few little technical things, but you know what? We just blame it on Mercury retrograde. It's the same thing as Murphy's Law, right? Rather than getting anxiety over it, everybody's having technical difficulties. It seems
It's
like,
all
right?
good. It's
I
all working
know.
out for our highest good.
There you go. Well, let's say hello to everybody who's here before we begin, and we're going to pick up where we left last time. And we've got some wonderful things to share with you about what's happening this week and what Susan has available to you. I think you're going to like it very much. So first, we'd like to say hello to Wendy. Hello, Wendy. It's so good to see you. I think we missed you last week, so I'm glad that you're here. This is Wendy. I don't know how to say it in French. I'm going to say Willet, but I don't know. So I hope I didn't butcher. Right? And look, you have to meet 𝙬𝙪𝙤𝙬 𝙎𝙪. 𝙬𝙪 is in the Philippines.
Wow.
Susan, we're hearing a you hear that? We're hearing a big dragging.
Yeah,
What whatever it is.
maybe you want to mute me for a few minutes. I can't control the landscaping people. And
Oh, okay, not a problem. Now, you give me thumbs up when you're ready, okay? So this is 𝙬𝙪 𝙎𝙪, and she's in the Philippines, and actually it's 10:07 at night there. Hi, 𝙬𝙪. I sent 𝙬𝙪 a copy of The Possibility of Arata. Took a couple of weeks to get there from the United States to the Philippines, but she is such a darling woman and has been such a great supporter to everyone. So 𝙬𝙪, I'm so happy to see you. And I'm so glad Erin is here. Hi, Erin. Erin is the one who did the beautiful intro. It's just, and there's lots more to come from him. So, and he also did my book trailer, which was 7.5 minutes. And but the shorter book trailer that was like, I think 2 or 3 minutes, he took from the longer one for the audiobook. I'm a believer that we see and learn visually as well as all the other ways. Why not have a book trailer for your book? Right? Why not? There's one for Legacy coming out, which is an anthology with 10 contributors. And so if you've got a book coming out or something special you're doing, reach out to Erin. Thanks, Erin. Oh, and this is the wonderful Sajid Kumar. Grit is the stubborn refusal to quit. Absolutely. You got grit? No quit. I love it. I love it. It is. And it's persistence too. And it's easy to do when you have a definite purpose. When you're absolutely in love what you're doing, it's very easy to be persistent. The problem is when you're not in love with what you're doing, right? And you can be in love with what you're doing, right, Susan? Okay, good. Yes, good morning again, Erin from Calgary, Canada. And there's Kim Lorette. Hi, Kim. Is this a friend of yours? Okay, so
you can unmute me.
I did.
Oh, okay. Sorry. They left. The landscapers left.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Kim is my friend from France who
Oh.
now lives here. A dear, dear sister of mine,
Good.
who is just an amazing individual, teaching some wonderful things. She used to be a fashion model and does a lot about body imaging and stuff like that. Just the most precious person. Hi, Kim.
So glad you're here, Kim. I'm excited
Absolutely.
for supporting our dear Susan, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you. And here's Christine Feedy. Hi, Queen Feedy. Christine is a wonderful soul. Christine, for me, represents that grit that Sajid Kumar is talking about, because I can't forget that I love how she paints herself into a corner. I think it's a strategy because she did an MBA program in a shortened amount of time because it was available, covered, and she could. And she did. So she
Kudos.
was it a master's? Maybe I can't remember. It was an MBA. I think it's a master. No, let me think.
Says MBA on her name.
There you go. Well, perfect. It's an MBA. Thank you. It's good to see what's there, right? A lot of times we don't see what's right in front of us. Oh, so I'm so glad you're here, Christine. Thanks for being here. Miss seeing you. And here's Leigh Scheidel. And I know you met Leigh last week. Leigh's out on the West Coast. So it's a couple of hours, 3 hours earlier for her. Yeah. Right. She is a certified drone operator, visioneer, digital photographer, and also has a wonderful program with her partner about, it's called Integrate Art, and it integrates the concepts of art, that visual part, into all areas of teaching, not only for teachers, but for students. So imagine doing math and having art somehow. Anyway, I don't want to go on that, but I want you to get to know Leigh. Really, I've known her for over 10 years, and she's a digital wizard. I guess that's the best thing that I can say. Thank you, Erin. Oh, you like the song, huh? And
Yeah.
you were, oh, and you were singing in baritone. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out one day. And there's Linda Meyer. Good morning, Linda. So good to see you. Oops, hang on. Come on, machine. Oh, isn't this ridiculous? What happened? Well, I don't know. It must be. Hey, look, Erin, you're an Aries, and so is Susan.
Yay, Aaron. Yay,
No,
Aries.
as soon as I found out she was Aries, I knew what was going on here. Now, let me see where I'm trying to get back. Oh, I see what happened. This thing jumped like crazy. Oh, goodness. Okay, here we are. Here we go. There we go. There's Linda Meyer, recently certified coach. She's all about
Congratulations.
yes, and she has a special focus. Her area of expertise, I'm assuming from what I've read, one of them anyway, is narcissism, and it's just so wonderful. You know, I think that out of confusion comes clarity. And a lot of times people we're in relationships with, have you noticed this, Susan, that when I didn't know what a narcissist was or the patterns that they repeated without them even knowing, and I think in many cases, things were very confusing and things seem to cycle. My brother is very much this. And over, decades, these cycles repeat between victim and blame and all that. But when I started out, I didn't know. Well, somehow understanding really what's going on for that person helped me understand better and be a little more objective than pissed off.
Yeah. And taught me a lot about myself. Being
Really?
in a relationship with those people. Oh, absolutely. It was deep dive learning.
Yeah. And I have to say that after decades, I finally had to terminate the relationship. The last thing you want to do. But when I finally understood that it would really never be any different, right? I couldn't change him. Only what I think and how I might try to influence him. But for me, narcissism, I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm sure. I don't know. Can you learn empathy? I don't know.
Yeah. There's a lot of theories on that.
I know. Okay, let's go on. Okay. Have you met Charles Caldwell? He's in Hong Kong. And he is, I think I told you, he did Landmark, right? So there's a whole group of us that have done Landmark. And I don't know if you did EST. Did you do EST way back
No,
when?
I did Landmark, but I did it with Werner Erhard, the creator of EST.
Well, yeah.
But it was Landmark Forum. It had just become Landmark Forum, and it was just
From
before
EST.
Werner stepped away.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
You know, that's interesting because when I lived in San Francisco, by the way, you guys, the same building as Noni Varani lives in now, first multi-purpose building in San Francisco on 9th and Market. I was the administrative assistant. I think I was 17 or 18.
My goodness.
For the manager. But anyway, the best part about it was 3 floors down, Susan, was Werner and EST when they first began. And every morning they would jump and shake the whole building because they're very rah-rah and getting physically right. So it was very, very fun. So welcome, Charles. Welcome. And Charles had a big position. Well, he's in HR. He's an executive coach in HR. And he has a show at 12:01 a.m. Thursday Eastern called Horizon X, which means you got to be up late if you're on the East Coast. Right? Okay, so glad you're here. Ebdi Ibna, thank you very much for being here. We're going to get right into this. I just love acknowledging everybody because look, this is who you are for me. And my practice is to look for the greatness in others because we all have it. So this is my chance to express your greatness and how I see you. Yeah. And also for you to know. And Susan is one of my great friends. We have a
vice versa.
Yeah, we have a history.
Mhm.
Yes, Hong Kong. And he was just in, Charles was just in Canada for several weeks. I think his daughter got married. So that was very exciting. I don't know if that's the same daughter that just ran a race, but you'll let us know. Ran a big marathon. Did you know coaches also need coaches as psychotherapy? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I can give you a handful of psychotherapists that could use a good coach. I don't think they know a thing about mind. They know about brain, but I don't know that they. Anyway, so you're getting another hello, and I would agree that Susan is absolutely brilliant. She learned everything she knows from me. No, I'm kidding. Of course. All right, let's see where we are. Kimberly is here. Kimberly Lechnick. She was a guest, and she will be a guest before the end of the year to finish up her wonderful training and guest teaching on gratitude. So thank you for being here. And Aaron says, top of the morning, and look who's here.
Thank you, Aaron.
Nicole is here.
Hi, Nicole.
Nicole is the publisher of Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing House. And tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, she's hosting the, the pen. Oh, now I can't remember what it is. Anyway, you'll tell me what it is. Oh, it's funny that it just jumped out of my mind. Anyway, 6 o'clock. We have a launch going this week for the 2025 Legacy Anthology Chronicles. This is the second of three, or this is the third one. I wrote in the second one and in this one, and I will write in it next year. And she does wonderful anthologies. And so if you want a publisher that goes the extra mile and exceeds your expectation, you want to work with Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing. It's the same way if you want an intro or an outro for your live show to move you up in 21st century technology. You'll want to reach out to Aaron. And there is the wonderful, thank you for being here, Nicole, the wonderful Sandra Bote, an international best-selling author. She's a licensed NLP practitioner. Have you met her? Susan, have you met
Sandra? I have not.
Oh, you have to meet her. She's amazing. And she's also a hypnotherapist, and she's been a guest on the show, one of the first ones.
Oh, wow.
Sandra, I'm so glad you're here.
Nice to meet you.
I really am. And who is this lady? Do you know this
That
lady?
is my dear friend Maria from Spain, and also has a residence in Germany. She comes out of a very successful career in fashion, and now she is teaching. She wrote a book about abundance. She's just an amazing person and my mastermind partner, and I'm so grateful to have you here, Maria. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Thank you for being here. And then we have Christy. Hi, Christy's in Florida. Yes, and Christy was one of our featured support people. Each week I pick someone who, who just seems to be there. However they are, they're there for me. I feel like I could reach out to them at any moment and they would respond. And we've met right here on LinkedIn. Thank you, Christy, for being here. She's a wonderful support. She's a reposter. All right, now let me just see here. We got lots of people saying hello. There's a nice community here. Thank you for everyone for being here. I'm pretty excited about this. The purpose of Mind Over Matter Mondays is pretty simple. And so let me tell you, if you're new here or you didn't ever hear this, what I've discovered over 25 years in personal development, I have discovered that everything that we're all teaching is the same. It's all the same concepts. There's nothing new under the sun. What is so powerful about the mind is that the more viewpoints or perspectives on the same concept articulated by different teachers who are expert enough to teach condensed, simple, right, the simplest part of the concept, which takes a little while, then you, the listener, depending on where you are in awareness, like you may have heard Susan 2 weeks ago and she'll say something, but you're more aware now today we're growing or disintegrating, right? We're either learning or we're slipping back into our comfort zone. You're here. So you're in an open conscious awareness learning. You're changing. You're growing. So by hearing Susan talk about the things that I talk about, but a slightly different way, that Kimberly talks about, that Sandra talks about, that all the guest teachers talk about, you get to pick the things that really resonate with you. Plus, you're hearing it multiple times, which you know that the first law of learning is repetition.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose. And so by being here without realizing it, you actually are learning through one of the principles of success, which is auto-suggestion or self-suggestion. It's how faith and habits are built. So be consistent, coming here consistently, regardless of the topic, and on Friday, you will absorb this information through repetition. Some days it won't make sense to you. Other days you'll go, wow. Right, Susan?
That's absolutely true.
That's how this works. And so just being consistent, which is the hardest thing to do, and be focused. So look who's here, Jackie Hallberg. Oh my goodness. Those are the shortest 3 words that I've seen you post in the last. Jackie is up to all kinds of good stuff. All kinds of, she's just exploding like a rose, a beautiful rose. And every petal seems to be a place for some group of people that can use assistance. So she's very, very busy. And she's awesome, completely awesome. She has an amazing goal right now. One goal that outweighs all the rest, and that's the way you want them. When you pick a goal, it should be the most important one. So Jackie, I'm glad you're here. And here is Islam Gouda. He's a marketing guru. So glad that you're here. Islam, I haven't seen you a lot, but I'm so happy that you're here. I just love the work that you do. And we're just about done with the list. Okay. And here's Mili. Isn't this your friend?
Mele from Hawaii. Yes. My friend and mastermind partner with Maria.
Ohana. Ohana. And Sandra. Yes. Thank you for saying that. And go ahead. Anybody who has a book or an event, I don't normally do this, but go ahead and drop the link in the comments today.
Go on, Maria.
For example, the person behind the pen, when I'm not thinking about the name of the title and I only type it 2 or 3 times a week, the person behind the pen is tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, and promoted by Nicole and Guiding Brilliant Writers Publishing House. And then the launch is, I believe, on Thursday. I don't know. I think it is. You'll have to tell me. I've been involved in it, but I tell you, I don't know when the exact launch date is. All right. Oh, my goodness. Look who's here. We have slipped in here, Sharon Rose Winfield, the Gita girl. She's all about gratitude. And she's the sweetest. She's writing in the anthology, a letter to my family. This is the Legacy Chronicles 2025. So I'm glad you're here. She's in Phoenix. And this is Leah Garcia. Leah is all about money and wealth, and she has a fabulous show every week at 1 o'clock live Eastern on Wednesday called Wealthy Wednesday, plus a lot of other ones. So please get to know all of these people, Susan. And
one more. Oh, before I thought you were going to wrap it up. There's Tracy Dowse, if I may. She's a dear friend and mastermind partner.
I'm looking for, there she is. Oh, yeah. Yes. And she's been here before. She was here when you were here before. Sorry for skipping over you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fabulous woman. Yeah. Thank you.
Everybody, you know what you can do is just click on this list, and you've got people that are thinkers like you, right? Because you absolutely good. I mean, just follow. Start with a follow. It's just simple enough. And here's the wonderful Catherine Chadwick, which I'm working to get her back here. She talked to us about the vagus nerve. She is a nurse, a former actress, in film and TV, and she talks a lot about energy and vibration. I think she also did Landmark, and she may have done Mary Morrissey. She's done all the work. All right, and then Chirito is saying hey to everybody. This is in one fell swoop.
Hey, Chirito.
Salamat, Chirito. That's Filipino. So thank you. All right, are we ready, my dear? Are
I'm
we ready
ready.
to get into this? Let's just do this. And I think this one, I know I fixed this a little differently. There we go. Well, here we go, everyone. We've got 33 minutes and we're getting ready to go. But before, well, let me just do that again. Hold on, get to where I was here. So, our very special LinkedIn supporter this week is 𝙎𝙪𝙨 𝙎𝙪𝙨𝙤𝙣. And I'm waiting for my machine to refresh. But let me just tell you, Sajid Kumar is a talent strategy in Toronto. And he is a LinkedIn top voice, and he does LinkedIn growth for employer branding and AI recruitment. Now, mostly what he does with us, he comes in and he shares. And it's so important. He comments. He always adds value. He's consistent, right? I mean, he has tons of followers, tons, way beyond me. And yet I feel so honored that he spends time here with me. He's a career strategist and a podcast host for sure. And he has been investing time in hand holding deserving individuals by counseling, guiding, mentoring, and leveraging his extended network to connect talent to opportunities. And he is an avid social media enthusiast and connects across borders. So Sajid Kumar, so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for your service, and we just love you and I really admire you. I do. Okay, here we go. All right. So Susan, I know who these people are and you do too, but these are four very well-known. Let me see if I can get this vision the way I want it to be. I think this is it. Yeah. So I think you start. So I want you to tell everybody these four personal development folks are very famous. And they all have very important programs. Now, on the bottom left is Tony Robbins. And
we can barely fit in the same frame. And I'm 5'8".
I know that's PowerPoint, but I see you got your head. Well, he's tall.
Yeah,
right?
He's
tall.
taller than me.
And what's the girl's name right up above you?
Lisa Nichols.
That's right, Lisa Nichols. And to the right is Mary Morrissey, and the lower right is John Assaraf. So I know you studied all their programs and you've been certified, but this is not where you began. I want you to tell us how you became a trainer or certified as an avatar. Would you do that?
Sure, absolutely.
Please.
So I became interested in transformation for myself in 1988. And then in 1999, I took this 9-day course called the Avatar course. Avatar just means enlightened, and I took this course and I fell in love with it so much that I decided I had to become licensed to teach it to others, this 9-day course. And it's all about transformation and really from the deepest part of you, seeing yourself as source in all that you do. It's extremely powerful and it's integrated in me and as part of everything that I do, as other programs have integrated. But that was the beginning of my training, was 1999 to become licensed to deliver the Avatar course.
And then who was next? Who did you work with next?
Well, I worked with a bunch of people, but the next licensing certification came from Mary Morrissey in 2010. I was the 50th person she ever certified to become a coach. Now it's in the thousands,
Yeah. Yeah.
But always, I mean, I brought in work from so many other people, from my quantum physics, metaphysics, spirituality. It's all just integrated into who I am and who I've become. Metaphysics, so lots of things. It's like a recipe with a lot of ingredients.
Well, okay. So really, the way you can look a view of Susan is that she's a vision architect, right? And you're a transformational coach and an international keynote speaker. We got our international together.
Yes,
on a
yes.
cruise.
That's right.
And she's very well known for guiding people to rewrite the rules of what is actually possible. Now, I do a lot of this, but she is a deeper integrator with neuroscience, quantum physics, metaphysics, and universal law. I add in the principles of success and the laws of achievement from Think and Grow Rich. And I do a touch of quantum physics and metaphysics and neuroscience, but a touch, because that's not really it for me yet. And so we can rewire or create a new reality from the inside out, right? And that's what we've been talking about for a couple of years. And you actually create results that you thought at one time were impossible.
That's right.
So her work is a master class in transformation, where inner shifts create extraordinary results. I love that, Susan. I just love that.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. And let us get on now. I'm going to move this for now, because we actually are a little bit ahead of time. So this is actually good. So let me see how we're going to do this. Let's start here.
Okay.
Oh, I got to put this up here. Sorry.
There we go.
So when Susan was here before, basically these are the core shifts that she wants you to learn. It's right. This is what she probably likely teaches everyone as a foundation. And I love these 5. They rewire or reprogram, or do we really rewire, Susan, in reality, or do we create new? Can we take an old neural pathway that is deep and embedded and is negative and change it to something positive, or do we actually create a new, different neural pathway?
Well, you're jumping ahead. I'm going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
It's a great question. I'm going to get into it in the neuroplastic shift. It's a great question, and I'll address it there if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. No. I've been dying to know. So these are the 5.
You're going to find out, my dear.
Okay, good. You see, I didn't read ahead. That's what's coming up for me.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a great question. It's a brilliant question.
Good. So these are the 5: expanding perception, the 2% principle, repatterning fear into vision, the neuroplastic shift, and identity and action. Now, if you missed the first one, she'll briefly cover the one very briefly, but keep in mind, November 3rd was her first visit here, where she expanded on these 2. The first half hour, as you well know, is acknowledging all of you. So, because that's super important to me to do that for each one of you every single week. So you can really fast forward through half of it and pick up the content teaching in 30 minutes, which is a benefit as far as time. So don't let the fact that you weren't here make a difference. Okay, my friend Susan. Oh, let's just see. All right. I'm just making sure. So let's go ahead, and would you begin? Oh, wait, let me just say hello to Sean Michael. He has a show at noon today, Monday Mind Shift. Hi, Sean. Thanks for being here. And yeah, they are impressive photos. Leah knows those people too. She's very involved. It's interesting. She's in financial, and she also is involved in this, right? And there's Dr. Marcia Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. live Eastern. She does a wonderful show, Beyond Oh, leading with light.
Beautiful.
And she's been doing a lot of work around gratitude and helping Jamaica and the storm. So
Oh,
check in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. if you can. All right. Oh, look what Lay says. Okay, Lay, you have to bring this back in, both new pathways and retire. Okay.
mhm.
All right. So, Susan, tell us about the first two briefly. What is
Yep.
it, Annie? The way for us to, in a nutshell, expanding perception and 2% principle. And then let's get right into repatterning fear into
Yes,
vision. I'm so excited.
I got it. All right. So the first one, expanding perception. So this shift is about the lens you're looking through. When perception expands, you begin to notice possibilities that you couldn't see before, and the direction of your life starts to shift. Now, the 2% principle, this is about micro commitments that build identity. This is small, consistent 2% actions that create momentum and help you become the version of you who follows through. A micro commitment is a small action taken from the identity you're stepping into. So, like choosing the response your future self would make. Whereas that 1% improvement idea that's out there is just about doing a slightly better version of what you've already been doing. That's 1 and 2.
Love it. Well, I mean, I could ask a dozen questions, but let's not. Let's go
Let's
right
go
into number
on.
3.
So, we want to move into the deeper rewiring work, the shifts that change how you work with your inner world in real time. So, the repatterning fear into vision. Fear is so often misunderstood. Most people see it as a stop sign, but fear is really energy that hasn't been given any direction. Fear and excitement come from the same physiological spark. The difference is meaning and direction. So you may have noticed with fear that, and excitement, they both activate the fight or flight and those other responses. But if you just give it direction, it changes. So when fear comes up, your system is signaling something meaningful is going on here. And when you pair it with vision, the energy begins to shift. So fear and excitement rise up from the same place. One pulls you back and the other moves you forward. And now
So
we're
let
just going to
me,
go through a very quick exercise in this. So invite one real fear to the surface. And we're going to move quickly. So take a moment and bring to mind a fear that tends to come up for you. Something that shows up when you're moving out of your comfort zone, when you're trying something new, or when you're moving into unfamiliar territory. And whatever comes up is perfect. Now check the type of fear. Is this fear trying to protect you from real danger? Or is it the kind of fear that comes up when you're growing? And if it's real danger, then listen. If it's growth, redirect it. Third is recenter the system. Take a slow, calming breath. 4 count inhale, 8 count exhale, and then ask the redirect questions. What part of me is ready to grow here? Maybe the smaller version of you is ready to grow. Maybe the part of you that doesn't listen to your inner voice is ready to grow. Ask this question: what vision is on the other side of this discomfort? And step into the vision directly. Now picture the version of you who's already moved through all this, the you that shows up with clarity, confidence, and courage. See how that version of you thinks. Notice how they carry themselves. Feel what becomes possible when you imagine living from that place. And the last step is feel the shift. Even a few seconds of ease or clarity helps the brain reinterpret that fear as possibility instead of threat. Fear isn't a stop sign, it's an invitation to expand into the next version of yourself. So that's
so
it.
awesome. So what I'm hearing, Susan, is that this is a real focus on the law of polarity and universal laws, and that the fear is subconscious, reactive, and subjective. And when you can pause and become aware, and just correct me if I'm wrong here, or if you have another way of saying it, this is what I'm hearing, is that when you become aware and you pause a moment, you recognize what's happening, that this fear is coming up for you. That is where you have choice to outweigh the fear with that vision, with that purpose. So only one thought that's all we think at a time. And for me, it's what are we thinking about pervasively?
Mhm.
So, right. And so it's for me, it's a practice. And isn't this the same thing in a way as the technical term reframing, using the law of polarity, taking the negative and then looking for what's possible out of it? Is that similar?
Yes. So yes, and it's awareness with intention. And
Ah,
reframing is what I do, and it's what I teach all of my clients to become expert in. Years ago, my friends nicknamed me the spin doctor because I could take anything and reframe it and spin it into something else. And
yeah.
so, yes, it's that, and you know, going to the vision, bringing in a part of the vision.
Well, and I
So
heard I heard visualization in there too, as you picture it as though you already have it, which absolutely drives your vibration up. But I love that, because the reason I mentioned the reframing and the law of polarity, because people know reframing.
mhm.
This is a different way of saying something very similar. And I guess I heard you right. Yeah.
Yes, you did. And it's really bringing in the vision too. Because the vision is the foundation. I'll say that later. The vision is the foundation and the underpinning for everything that I do and for everything that I teach people to do. That's got to be the foundation. That's got to be there. And then you bring in the vision, so it is reframing, and it goes beyond that to
Yes.
stepping into the person that's living that vision. That
And
makes
when you
sense?
mentioned that, stepping in to the person that's living that, last Friday, on Think and Grow Rich and the 12 Laws of Achievement, we talked about the sixth sense and intuition and
Hmm.
this practice that Napoleon Hill did. To your point that you just made, when he went to bed every night, he invited in 9 famous men not
Yes.
alive
Right. Right.
as he's laying in
Right.
bed, and he invited them on the screen of his mind, visualize them: Lincoln, Edison, Ford, a whole bunch of them.
Hmm.
And he actually began to emulate their character. So
Right.
it seems like when you have a vision in present tense, then is that what you're talking about really here, is bringing on the character of who or what you're emulating?
it's
Or
it's embodying
okay.
that character, that spirit, but that level of confidence, happiness, all of those things that a vision contains, which is a myriad of things. But yes, and is my answer.
Yes, and okay. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. 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 We got a few new
Yeah.
people in here. And hello, Stanley is here, and lots of nice comments here. Let me just make sure. Okay, this is interesting. Yes, was it? Oh, I'm so glad. So she
Ah,
said,
thank
you
you.
know, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
Dr. Marcia, that's so good. Come to see her show tomorrow morning if you can at 8 a.m.
Yes.
It's early, I know. Okay, let's go
All
on
right.
to
4.
the neuroplastic shift. And then we're going to take a
Absolutely.
break, a sponsor break, and then we'll come back and do identity
Okay.
in action. Take it
All
away, my
right.
friend.
Neuroplasticity is about your brain's ongoing ability to rewire moment by moment. And this means that this capacity stays available to you no matter how old you are or no matter where you are on your journey. So, most of the time, it's reinforcing familiar pathways. But with awareness and intention, new wiring can take hold. So every repeated thought, emotion, behavior, it strengthens a neural pathway, the pattern your brain leans on. A neural pathway is the physical route, and the neural pattern is the familiar thought or reaction your brain keeps using on that route. So, neuroscience, which I'm a big fan of, looks at how the brain functions overall, while neuroplasticity focuses on the brain's capacity to rewire based on what you repeat. So, I like to use the idea of the neural pathways to answer your question. It's the familiar route is a highway that's got a lot of wear and tear, and it's well worn, and it's used, and you want to go there all the time. And the new pathway that's being built, it's not actually rewired, it's a new one spinning off, is a new road that hasn't yet been broken in, that you're not really familiar with yet. But I like to think of as highways and roads. So I do have one quick exercise to bring a negative pattern to mind. This is a familiar thought or reaction that shows up, like, I'm not good at this, or I never get this right. I hear people all the time, I'm not good with technology. That's one of their things. So notice the pattern, observe the negative loop, interrupt it gently, and say, this is an old program, not a truth. Then shift the thought, choose a believable thought. Like, you're not going to go from I'm not good at technology to I'm as good as Steve Jobs was. That's not going to happen. A believable thought that creates a positive response. So I'm learning to trust myself. I'm getting better at choosing what supports me. I'm practicing confidence one step at a time. And then you want to anchor this emotionally. Feel 2 to 3 seconds of ease, expansion, or possibility. I always want people moving from a contracted state to an expansive state. Then re-engage from the new state. Take the next micro action from there, not from the old pattern. Your brain wires itself to whatever you repeat. So choose your pathways wisely.
Oh gosh, that's really awesome. See, you've gone further than I know in articulation. So I'm just learning now. Your example,
Wonderful.
the highway. Thank you. The highway, the way I describe it is very much like you, only it's an old dirt road, an old farm road, right? That you can set the truck and it, with all the bumps, it'll, where you used to make out at the end of the road. And, you know, you didn't even have to step on the gas. The truck knew a way. Those are your existing, your existing faith in your fears. Now, I actually believe that fears are real, and that when we revisualize them, we literally take on the same feeling, the same vibration, and maybe even feel 5 years old again. So to continue doing that deepens the rut, but right next to it is a nice smooth highway. How do you get on the highway? The highway are the new plastic, whatever they are.
Pathways.
And that comes from what I've discovered is completing a goal that you've never done before, that it was absolutely impossible, or that you failed at. Then you've disproven that fear. You've proven that you have the ability to do things you've never done before, you failed at, and also you're deserving. So now what happens is that new faith in yourself moves into the subconscious, but it also creates a brand new step on that new highway. So I feel like we're saying the same thing. Mine isn't as knowledgeable.
You said it perfectly.
Okay.
You said it perfectly. I would just add that it is the action, and your example was great. And I would also say it's the thoughts and it's the behavior also. So, you know, your beliefs, all of that starts a new highway. And it's not going to be a highway in the beginning. It's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road. It's a brand new road, but it will become a super highway if you continue to reinforce the thoughts, the actions, the behaviors, the beliefs.
Yes, yes. And that's exactly how we achieve our goals, through that consistent, exactly what you were saying. Okay, great. Let's take a little break, everybody. And let's bring in our phenomenal, here we go. So our sponsor is Stanley Green. Hi, Stanley. I know you're here. Let's see.
Stanley.
I have 22 people that you emulate. Awesome. Now, in that chapter, I told everybody that he got scared because all of these visualized characters really took on personality, and it frightened him. So he stopped. But when Lincoln showed up in his visualization one night, right, he said, you need to finish your work and come back. And then he added 50 more. So that is very cool. And it's so cool that you're here, including, just all kinds of people. Once you get it, then you now know can take on those characteristics, which is what we want to do. So, oops, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just, I'll be right back with that. Let me star that. Okay. Cause I want to do this. All right, everybody. So the best part about Mind Over Matter Mondays is this marvelous man who threw the towel in as an over the fence, hat over the ring, whatever it is, Stanley Green, Power Thinking Corp. And if you will look, he now has an app. And here is the menu. You can click here to get a free month of the app. So you should be able to get this. Thank you, Stanley. And here's just a little trailer about the new app. It's so exciting. So everybody do that. Go ahead and use the QR code and go ahead and get it for a month and take a look at it. It'll be supporting Stanley. And also you should know that every Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern and Wednesday night at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, Stanley teaches from Power Thinking Corp and the program, and also by telephone. So please join him either 7:30 a.m. or 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. And thank you, Stanley, so much for being a sponsor. All right. Moving back. Number 5. We're doing
Number
good.
5.
In action.
Identity in action. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No, just go right
Okay,
ahead.
good. All right. So identity in action. This is about noticing which version of you is showing up. The one shaped by old patterns or the one aligned with the reality you're creating. So we can change behaviors for a while, but lasting transformation happens when those behaviors begin matching a new self-concept. When you see yourself differently, your brain organizes around that identity. It starts looking for evidence that supports it. And over time, what once felt like it required a lot of effort begins to feel natural. So identity reflects the patterns that you reinforce. It's not a permanent definition of who you are. And the more often you practice the version of you that aligns with the life you're creating, the more your system begins to treat that version as your default. So I once worked with someone who described herself as someone who never follows through. We didn't focus on fixing the behavior. Instead, she practiced a new identity. I'm someone who keeps my word to myself. And each day she made one promise she knew she would keep, something small but real. And within weeks, her choices shifted completely because her identity shifted. Once she saw herself differently, her brain responded differently. So ask yourself, if I were already the version of me who lived in alignment with my vision, how would I think, speak, or act right now? And bring in a moment from that future version of you. See yourself in a real scenario where that identity feels natural, grounded, confident, and capable. And catch that shift. Notice the smallest change in your posture, your breath, the thoughts that feel more aligned. Now act from that version of yourself. Take one small aligned action that matches that identity, a choice, a word, a boundary, or a next step. Every time you do this, you reinforce the wiring of the identity you want to live from. Identity sets the tone for what you allow, attract, and create. So stand in the version of you that already feels aligned with what you want next. Your inner shifts shape your outer results always.
I love that. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. I don't know what happened to my screen thing. Absolutely. Let's see what this is. Yes, this is great. Susan, this is so good. So good. And listen, everybody, I want to have Susan back certainly after the first of the year, and maybe I'll convince her to do her own show. I don't know. But because of the generous person that she is, in fact, I think it was on our cruise that you gave me.
Oh, your journal?
Yeah, I was looking for, I had it here just a minute ago. The most beautiful journal of unprecedented lives, and I think I tucked it away. Anyway,
That's my Facebook group if anyone wants to join. It's free.
oh, unprecedented lives in Facebook. Okay. So now look, we're not sure that this link is working here.
No, the link works. The QR code doesn't.
Right. So yeah, the QR easy enough. And she has a vision toolkit. She has other things there, but this is the one since we were talking about vision, right,
Yes,
Susan?
this is the one I would ask you or have you consider going to. It's going to really
Absolutely.
help you with your vision.
Yes. And I can see that everybody is enjoying you. Absolutely.
Thank
And would
you.
you like to have her back? Would you like to have her back? Yeah, we can. Hi, Melanie.
Melanie.
Melanie has a 2:00 show today from 2 to 2:22
Awesome.
live Eastern. So you don't want to miss anything. I love how she does that. Where is that starred question? Here it is. Let's take a look at this. What about phobias? These are fears brought about by outside elements. How does vision penetrate the subconscious when the originator is right in front of you, the person, and outside of it?
Yeah, so there's two fears. I'm not sure which fear you're referring to. You said it's right in front of you. So, there's the fear that there's real present danger. And then there's the fear that gets triggered. It's all happening in the amygdala in the back of our brain. And there's the fear that comes from stretching outside your comfort zone. So I don't know, is this, you're talking about like a fear of heights or fear of flying?
Well, they know all about the 6 basic fears. Okay. So that's what they know that fears, the 6 basic fears, because they've been working with me for a long time, right out of Think and Grow Rich, fear of criticism, poverty, illness, old age, loss of love, and death. So see, in the fear, when it happens originally, we continue to repeat it, and it is in the subconscious. It is automatic. It is not thinking, and it is real, and it dominates our thoughts. Or there is no room for thinking. So I think that that's where she's coming from. They're brought on by outside elements, experiences. So she's asking, so when you're in a fearful state, how does vision penetrate the subconscious? I see it as not. It's being outweighed by the higher conscious side.
Well, first you have to calm the nervous system.
Okay.
That's the first thing to do.
Okay.
We have a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system, and you want to move right into breathing. And that's what I talked about, the 4 inhales to the 8 exhales, because that starts to calm the nervous system down. And then you can do a lot of other things with it. You can tell yourself, I'm safe. I'm going to move to someplace that feels more safe for me. All is well. But first, and I wouldn't do it one breath. I would do like 10 until you really get your nervous system calmed down. And then from there, you can make choices and, some new thinking comes in.
Absolutely. Will you
come
back
another time? There is one last sentence
I
wanted to close with, if I might.
Absolutely. Take it away, my
So I know I'll let you close, but just my close. So I just wanted to say that the vision that you create for your life, this is the foundation and the underpinning. It's the driver that gives you your choices, your energy, and your results, real direction. When vision is missing, things tend to drift instead of move where you want them to go. So write your vision.
Awesome. And to me, vision is really a very clear, definite purpose. As I've been listening to you, I relate it to definite purpose, that one very clear, it's something that we can visualize in real time, that we can 5 sensorize. And so I think we're using, it's the same thing in different, in different ways of articulating it. And you're getting a lot of wonderful comments here from everybody. So with that, we've got one more slide, and I'm going to put you back in the studio and
thank
share
you,
with
Leslie.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
You are welcome. You're welcome. You have been awesome. Awesome. I just loved. I'm going back to listen. I'll be a team replay for sure.
Thank
All right,
you.
my dear. Take care. Bye-bye for now. All right. So one last thing I want to share with you is this, which I have mentioned before. So if you love the work that we do together and you want a really deep dive, we're having people register for Thursday, December 4th from 11 to 2, and I will take you through a stunning experience that you'll keep with you forever because you will connect with the universe. This is a transformational experience. There is an investment. It's the only thing that I ask each year, and it's the best thing that I ever have done is this particular 3-hour workshop, because you will walk away with all your goals for 2026 written in priority order. And when you sat down, you never thought of them before. So I encourage you to go to tinyurl.com, achievement code, to use this QR code. You will receive an invoice. I've already sent out a couple. Check your inbox and come and join me. And as we go out today, let me thank you all for being here. I hope you found good value with Susan, my friend. And thank you all for being here every week and consistently absorbing this information, because it will for sure grow you into a person that lives a life of wealth, health, and happiness. And so with that, I'm going to leave you with the promo for the December 4th, Thursday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, Achievement Code Transformational Workshop. And then I'll see you on the boards and all week. All right, everybody, have a phenomenal week. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember, tomorrow night is 6 p.m. Eastern, The Person Behind the Pen. We've got a book launch this week. We've got Dr. Marcia's 8 a.m. live, Leading with Light. We've got Stanley Green's Wednesday, Power Thinking Corp. So many. And then Friday night at 8 o'clock. Oh gosh, and tonight is Jack's, Guests with Jack's. So many good shows. Happy to be here. Everybody have a great week. Reach out to me if you need me, okay? I'm here. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, shoot. I had that as the outro. Let me remove that. Sorry. There we go.